Yay! We're almost done with Act 1, Scene 1 of Henry IV, Part 1. Yay! Hooray! Which is good, in large part because we're going to get out of exposition land and get into some actual story. So what has happened so far is that King Henry IV, who's currently in power, wants to have a crusade, but can't have a crusade because all of the other wars that he's fighting right now are not going real well. And yesterday we got to hear from the Earl of Westmerland saying, yeah, things aren't going very well in the north either. And this next bit, it's actually, like, it's two monologues, but I'm sticking them together. There's just this one line from Westmerland in between. So this will be the king and this will be Westmerland, just to get through some of this exposition so that we can move on with the rest of the play. Yesterday Westmerland is like, yeah, there's kind of sort of bad news everywhere and we're kind of sort of screwed. And today the king responds by saying, here is a dear and true industrious friend, Sir Walter Blunt, new lighted from his horse, strained with the variation of each soil betwixt that Holmedon and this seat of ours, and he hath brought us smooth and welcomes news. The Earl of Douglas is discomfited. 10,000 bold Scots, 22 knights balked in their own blood, did Sir Walter see on Holmedon's plains. Of prisoners, Hotspur took Mordrake, Earl of Fife, and eldest son to beaten Douglas, and the Earl of Atholl of Murray, Angus, and Monteith. And is not this an honourable spoil, a gallant prize? Cousin, is it not? In faith, it is. A conquest for a prince to boast of, yea. And there it makes me sad, and makes me sin in envy, that my lord Northumberland should be the father of so blessed a son who is the theme of honour's tongue, amongst a grove the very straightest plant, who is sweet fortune's minion and her pride, whilst I, by looking on the praise of him, see riot and dishonour stain the brow of my young Harry. Oh, that it could be proved that some night-tripping fairy had exchanged in cradle clothes our children where they lay, and called mine Percy and his Plantagenet, then would I have his Harry and he mine. But let him from my thoughts. What think you, coz, of this young Percy's pride? The prisoners, which he in this adventure hath surprised, to his own use he keeps, and sends me word I shall have none but Mordrake, Earl of Fife. So the important bits of exposition to get here are that Harry Percy is great in war and is the only one that's having any sort of success, and he took some really important prisoners the last time, but he doesn't want to give those prisoners to King Henry IV like he's keeping them for himself. And King Henry IV sort of wishes that Harry Percy was his son instead of his actual son, who I think we get to meet tomorrow, or at least he's in the scene tomorrow, Prince Hal, who's next in line to get the throne. The king is kind of embarrassed by him and wishes that Percy, young Harry Percy Hotspur, was his. Anyway, yeah, I think that's the gist of it. Anyway, we'll get to hear more tomorrow and see where all of this crazy political stuff goes. See you then. Mwah.